Just finished my first day of in-person school. I actually have some math homework to do, but it can wait because I want to finish filming this. Anyway, let's start with the Room and Office Tour 2020, which will be outdated in like a month because we're going to be moving twice. Anyway, let's start now. Whoop, boosh. Let's start with the office, because it's much more interesting than my bedroom. Not sure which part of the room I should start with, though. Let's just start with the most basic thing I have in here. This really basic drawer I've had since I was born. This is my drawer where I keep things to smash. Normally I just keep stuff like throw-around props in here. The stuff for my next smashing video is pretty big, so I'm not going to be able to put it in this tiny little drawer. Next drawer. Collection things. I really don't know what to keep in here because, I mean, I know it's supposed to be for collection stuff, but I don't have a lot of collection stuff I can just shove in a drawer. So this is a Michigan Trees and Wildflowers book thing. I've had this since I was like a little kid, and I like it a lot for some reason. I have another one downstairs for like Texas and stuff, but I don't feel like putting it in here. This is just a little whistle for Kitchitikippy, Michigan. It's got my name on the back. If you don't know what Kitchitikippy is, it's like a really big spring or something. I haven't been there since I was like 3. Then I have this book, which is just a self-guided tour of historic Grand Marais. It's basically just a book full of like story things and stuff about certain buildings around. All these numbers represent different buildings that it explains in this book. So, pretty cool keepsake. Then I have this pin. I don't know why I still keep this thing. Then this necklace. Again, don't know why I keep it. And finally, an earring. Again, don't know why I keep it, because I'm not a girl. Next is the game stuff, which only consists of my Kindle Fire. This is like the 2013 model Kindle Fire. Next shelf. This is just a bunch of parts from stuff I smashed, like this is stuff from the iPhone 6S. Headphones, drone, the old cell phone. If anything, I should probably put this over in the collection things drawer. Or, you know, take it to Target and put it in the electronics recycling, but nah. I also have double 9 dominoes, an old recorder, a bag, some chalk, and some chalk paint. Next drawer is the camera shit I can't put anywhere else drawer. Inside this E-Mart box is a bunch of glass balls. It's a toad. Now it's upside down in a globe. Then under that I have a photography book. Moving on to the dresser. I keep way too many things on here. Starting from the left, we have a Model 2 NES. This is the top-loading version. I even have the box for it. Here's a copy of Legend of Zelda with a little cheat sheet thingy on the back. Technically, there's supposed to be a copy of River City Ransom in here, but I just stuck a copy of Legend of Zelda here instead. Now here's a Toad thing. Next to my NES 2 is the NES Classic Edition. I got the super short cable controller, as well as the console itself. Am I smashing it? No. Why do you think it's on my dresser? And then there's this random light bulb thing. Yeah, I don't really know. In front of the NES Classic is the front panel to the Texas Instruments Math Explorer. And on top of the box, I also have its motherboard. I didn't keep any pieces to the TI-82 because there was nothing interesting about it that was worth keeping, I guess. Next to the front plate, I have the platter for this hard drive. For some reason, I kept this air canister to a paintball gun. I found it in the Home Depot parking lot, so yeah, I don't know why I kept it. Then I have this Civil War compass that my grandma got me from one of her trips down south. And another thing I got from her was this old shake-up flashlight. The thing barely works. But I'm weird, and it sits on my dresser. Next to that is this Out of the Blue soap, which I got from Art in Abundance in Grand Marais. I was weird, and the only reason I bought it was because it's called Gay Marais. And it smells like Coca-Cola. Here's the iPhone 6S I smashed. Subscribe now. Most of the people that watch my videos aren't even subscribed, so please subscribe. It helps me out and it helps you out. I gain popularity so more people can watch my videos, and you get a notification every time I upload. So it would be greatly appreciated if you subscribed. It's free. This is a Beach Bums baseball bat. I even got it signed. Except I got this before they changed their name to the Traverse City Pit Spitters. Above that is my NMD box, which has my Epic Vans on top of it. Yeah, they're pretty much too small for me to fit in now, so eh. A callback to what I used to use as my intro.
Hey guys, Higgin Nugget in the house.
Then this is a card I got from the owner of Art in Abundance. They basically just thanked me for making the video, and I even got some commission. So I thought that'd be a cool keepsake as kind of like one of my first jobs. Then I got this shelf from a friend who works at a gas station. Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis Portable Console, big iPhone 11 Pro Flex. Some more context on this phone, actually. It just sits on my shelf because it doesn't work. My dad found it in the river and it never turned on, so I just use it as kind of like a throw-around prop. And in most of my videos, I allude to it and flex. In reality, my main phone is a Samsung Galaxy A10e. I'll be able to afford an Apple product someday. Then, behind all of this stuff is this wall full of all sorts of art. I took art class in 8th grade and it was way beyond me. I'm generally kind of an artistic person, but I guess I don't really have the skill to live up to what art class expects of me. But yeah, I occasionally make dumb little drawings and I put them on here, excluding this photo back here of me dabbing in front of a green screen. Then, hiding behind all of this stuff is my pretty big bottle collection. This is a bottle branded with the letter D. I hope it's not trademarked. This over here is some sort of weird non-branded bottle with a pine cone in it. This is some 1940s Diet Pepsi. Coca-Cola, Tab. This one probably has my favorite bottle design because it's got all that like bubbles and stuff, even though Tab is like the worst drink on the planet. Then we've got some Hiram Walker alcohol, some St. Julian sparkling wine. I really thought this design was pretty cool. This is some Faygo from like 1969, I think. Generic grocery store wine, generic grocery store scotch, mouthwash or something. Ah, the days when mouthwash costed 96 cents. Some more Tab. This is a bottle of Sprite. It's still got like deposits in it and stuff, but that label is all kind of scratching off, and it's pretty cool though, so that's nice. Maybe at some point I'll try and laminate it to make sure that label doesn't completely wear off. Some more mouthwash or something. It's S branded. I don't know if it's mouthwash or what. Then we've got some Caro syrup. Duraglass. I wonder. And finally, we have a baby food jar, and inside it is this pen quill thing. I basically just took a turkey feather and then I added like a pen tip to the end. So yeah, now it's a pen. And then I, for some reason, have these safety glasses up here. Maybe I'll use them in my next episode of Andrew Destroys. Then next to my dresser is this keyboard. 3. That's a callback to a meme you guys will never understand. And next to the keyboard is my big shelf. Starting from the top, we have my vintage lenses and my Canon shelf. This is a Pentax K-mount 80 to 200mm f4.5 lens. It is absolute garbage. I have a Pentax K to Q mount on it, so I can use it on my Pentax Q, which I'll get to later. Then next to it, I've got a lens adapter so I can use these lenses on my Canon camera, which I'm recording with right now. These lenses are much better than that one, but these still aren't very good. This one is a 400mm f6.3, and this one is a 200mm f4.5. This is actually the lens I use to take that photo. If I'm not using my main camera, it normally sits right here. This is actually the box that I got my camera in. I got it refurbished. My other Canon camera is this Canon PowerShot A3100 IS. Don't have the charger for it, don't know if it works. And then next to it, since I normally am using my Canon camera, I just have my Nintendo Switch sitting here. And now we can move down a row. This is my Pentax shelf where I have my Pentax Q with the box. This is the camera I use kind of like a secondary camera when I'm using this camera for slow motion. I really do not like this camera at all. The lens I have with it is a 5 to 15mm f2.8 lens. Pentax Q mount, of course. Right next to the Pentax Q is my miscellaneous camera shelf. These are for cameras that I don't have the boxes to, and I don't have any other cameras of the same brand with boxes. I also put like really stupid stuff on here. This is a camera that I got from Goodwill for like $7. Don't have the charger, don't have the box, etc. It didn't even come with a memory stick. Anyway, this is a Sony CyberShot DSC W120. It's a pink one, and it's sitting on top of this cheap webcam that I bought from Goodwill for $4. This thing is the ancestor of cheap Wish cameras. PC camera. Enrich your life with letter image. Focus. Frame rate up to 640 by 480 pixels. I'm pretty sure this thing was made in like 2005 because it still came with a CD driver. This was in the days before drivers were automatically installed to your computer. Sharp cam. Then next to those things, I have this Nikon Coolpix 775. This thing had a pretty hard life. This is the oldest camera I have, being manufactured in 2001. I don't have a charger for it, so I can't use it. Either way, I don't think it would work because it's missing like this entire lens cap thing. It's like completely missing. Also, the battery latching mechanism doesn't work. So anyway, I got that one from my grandparents. They had been using it for years. Then next to that is my pretty big Olympus shelf. The boxes behind this box is an Olympus Stylus 770 SW, and down there is an Olympus FE190 box. I don't have an Olympus FE190. Here's my Stylus 770 SW. This is an underwater camera from like 2006, 480p video at 15 frames per second, 7.1 megapixels. Don't have the charger, but I do have the memory card that it came with. It's an XD card. Maybe at some point I'll get a charger for it and I can use it for underwater stuff. Maybe. And then next to it is this Olympus Pen Mini EPM2. This is my first ever digital camera. It doesn't work anymore. Try to turn it on. Nope. There it goes. This was a common issue for Olympus cameras. I tried to repair it once, but all I really did was make it worse. As with any repair I've ever done, the lens on this one is a 14 to 42 f3.5 lens. I really wish I could use this on my main camera because it's better than this lens, even though it's about the same zoom and everything. This one was generally a better quality lens, didn't have like aberration and stuff. Moving down another level, we have the NES shelf where I have a multitude of NES games. Blades of Steel, Mega Man, Simon's Quest, Ninja Turtles, River City Ransom, Goonies 2, Battletoads, DuckTales, NASCAR, T-something Surf Design, and another Ninja Turtles game. Then I have the NES 2 controller and the NES 1 controller. And now let's move again. This is my black Nintendo Wii with the black controller and the black nunchuck. This is the first gaming console I ever owned, which is pretty cool. And it came with Mario Kart Wii, Super Mario Wii, and Wii Play. It also came with a copy of Wii Sports that doesn't work anymore. I don't really have a use for the console anymore since I have the power of emulation, but again, I want to display things on shelves, so nah. Moving over again, we have my portable console shelf, where I have Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy games, DS games, my original DSi with the box. I wonder if this thing still turns on. Oh my god, it does. Yes, I love that music. Womp, 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 womp. I kind of want to make a video all about using this camera. I just want to like take it around places and take photos with it as if it's like a new DSLR. Or maybe I can treat it like an old Sony Mavica or something like that. Then after the camera shelf, we have the star of the show, which is my gaming setup. This is a generic chair I got from my mom's office. Then below it I have a rug because this chair scratches up the floor. Then there's this nightstand which has a trash can, my masks and stuff. It also has a drawer where I keep pens, vintage lens filters, other random stuff. Hey look, it's an AMC card. I don't go to the movie theaters, but I'm not letting you guys have that pin either way, so. This desk is custom made. I built it with my dad. I even varnished it and everything. It really taught me a lot about how to use varnish and stuff. Then before we talk about anything else, let's talk about my computer. Specs are in the description. The only reason I have a blue themed setup is pretty much because that fan down there is blue. Or on camera it turns out purple for some reason. These are the headphones I use. They're just like cheap Sony ones. They're better than those Sadie's gaming headphones that I used to use. These headphones over here that are just kind of sitting here, some Diginex wireless headphones. I really don't like to use them because when I'm watching Twitch streams on my phone, it lags to hell, which is so annoying. Then we have my blue Stallman mouse pad. I bought this on my own for 20 bucks. Then we have my gaming mouse. This is the Red Dragon Cobra M711. If you're looking for a starter gaming mouse, this is the best way to go. This is an amazing mouse. And if you like RGB, then it has an RGB. It's a pretty good RGB too. But I have a blue theme set up, so it stays blue. This is my 1990 something Dell keyboard. It's got the giant ass enter key and the tiny backspace. It's actually a pretty decent keyboard. The stubby backspace really doesn't bother me too much anyway, so. However, I will be getting a new keyboard. I don't have it yet, but I will put the clips here. It's here. Haha! Finally, I have a working mechanical keyboard. Oh, that feels awesome. Definitely replacing that spacebar. Let me do a quick, typing test. Yeah, I love it. Then here we got some spare switches, which is so useful. They are Otemu box switches. Oh, I forgot to mention, the sides have, RGB lighting and stuff. Alright. Here's the keyboard. It's just got this kind of generic icy blue color as a monochrome color on the front of the keyboard. I don't really care. I have the color blue as my setup theme. Then over here on the side it has some RGB lights, which right now it's just blue. I also replaced the space bar and I also replaced the WASD keys with some other keys I had laying around. And I finally don't have to stick the fidget spinner bearings under my keyboard so it stands up where I like it. My phone, which I have on top of a phone mount. Then I have a cable that goes through the phone mount into my computer. Then over here I have a bunch of props on my desk. I have this fidget spinner because, you know, dead meme. Then on top of this glowing redstone block that isn't even glowing right now, I have a piece of the hard drive I smashed and the Windows key from the computer I smashed. Then I have a couple USB drives. I use them as backups for my camera. And then next to that I have a tiny little Etch-a-Sketch. Then I also have this controller. It's meant to go with a Nintendo Switch, but I plug it into my computer so I can use it for emulators and stuff. It's a pretty decent controller. Back here I have this coaster that I found on the beach in Grand Marais. I'm a leader, not a follower. Unless it's a dark place, then you're going first. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, so. Then inside the funny koozie, we have a small can of Canada Dry with a little lightsaber toy inside it. It's just a tiny little fiber optics lightsaber. It doesn't have batteries, so meh. If you're wondering why I keep this can, it's because my art teacher gave it to me and I thought that was cool, and I really like my art teacher even though I didn't really do well in art. So yeah, I don't know, this is a cool keepsake or something? I'll probably throw it away in a couple years or something. Then behind all that is a piggy bank, which for some reason I have a tiny screwdriver inside it. Sorry, Dad, for stealing your tools. Next thing I want to talk about is this microphone. This is the Toner BM700. It came with the boom arm and the wind filter and of course the microphone and this whole shock mount thing, which I ended up breaking. I like it, it's pretty good. I'm using this XLR to headphone jack adapter sort of thing, so poopy. Now let's talk about my monitors. I have 3. This is a monitor I got from Goodwill for $11. It's a Dell E207WFP. 16:10 ratio, 1680 by 1050, 60 hertz. Then there's this Acer monitor. I forget the exact model of it, but it's the cheapest one they have. 1920 by 1080, 75 hertz. I really don't recommend it that much. It's not like it just doesn't work or anything, it's just that it's not the best option. Sure, it'll last a while, it's got tilts, and it's a really thin screen. This Dell monitor, which is from 2006, has better color performance. Anyway, next to that monitor, we have the HP W19E. This is my oldest monitor and my worst one. 16:10 again, this is a 1440x900 monitor, 60 hertz. I believe this one was manufactured in 2005, and this one was 2006. Then I have a couple lights on both sides of my desk for lighting reasons. This is a light that I refurbished. Basically, the only problem with it was that the paint was kind of coming off and rusting. Right now it's got a 60-watt bulb in it, LED. Then over to the other side I have this light, which I turn on with that light switch over there. It's got that top one up there for the entire space, And then it's got this one for like my studio lighting. I used to use this crappy desk lamp, but it's a piece of garbage and it barely ever works properly, so poopy. Then I just have a couple more desk props, some little gems and stuff. This little clay tile of a dog, which I also bought from Art in Abundance. And then I've got 2 posters. This one came from my NES Classic, and this one came from my school. It was the last day of 7th grade. I found it just kind of sitting in a trash bin. It was covered in sticky notes and stuff, and I just decided to take it. I like it for some reason. I forgot to mention my webcam. This is a Logitech C310. I know it's not good, but I bought it because it was cheap, and now it's not cheap. So technically I can flex this 720p 1.3 megapixel sensor. And that about wraps up my office. So now, let's move to the bedroom. And here we are. It's pretty generic. These pictures on the wall are actually supposed to be in my parents' room, but they're in my room for now. And then this is my bed. It's a queen-size bed, which is way too big. Also, I never make my bed. I never really have a reason to. On my door, I have this cool little hanger thing where I keep my multiple sweatshirts, even though I only use like 2. And then, moving over here, we have this globe, a VHS tape, a time thing, some more tissues, this light, and my massive collection of books. I honestly used to be really big into reading. It's kind of just one of the things that I've been doing since I was a kid, but now I really don't read that often. And finally is my closets. They're mostly just full of stuff from like when I was a kid, because this used to be my bedroom when I was younger. So I got like a Harry Potter Chronicles thing, a bunch of shelves full of old toys, Legos, Connects, my parents' clothing for whatever reason. So yeah, that's about it for my room and office tour. Again, I'm gonna be moving in a month, so this video is probably gonna be outdated soon. But yeah, my room and my office have changed a ton since my last setup tour. So I thought I'd show it off, and it really isn't gonna change much even when I do move, so yeah. When we finally move into our next house, I will probably do a quick house tour at the end of a small change video. Yes, because moving houses is a very small change. I really should have thought out that series name a little bit better. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, for whatever reason, I guess, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Here, you can have my phone because you watched this video. I'm very proud of you. Okay, bye.